sentenced Sean Diddy Combs to 4 years in prison. He was found guilty over the summer on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution in connection with his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura and another woman, but was acquitted on more serious charges that could have sent him to prison for life. Let's get right to our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, who's been following this trial from the beginning. He joins us from outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. So, Aaron, we just got the verdict right there. We know that Combs himself spoke to the judge. The judge responded. Lay out the sentencing here and what went down in the courtroom today.
Wow. Sean Diddy Combs got sentenced to 4 years in prison. I actually thought it would be more. I was thinking like 12-ish. But when you think about it, that 12-ish probably could have been mostly political. And I was mostly political with it. Because I already knew this whole thing is all based on politics. There's no billionaires getting locked up for prostitution. Thank you for watching and clicking the button. Welcome to Deeply Disgusted. Let's go.
This was a very long sentencing hearing which Sean Combs himself, once larger than life, was left begging for mercy, standing at the defense table, telling the judge that he's a changed man, apologizing for his behavior. But that request for a lenient sentence of time served was rejected by the judge, Arun Subramanian, who said it was insufficient to send the kind of message that he wanted to send, that violence against women must be met with real accountability.
I disagree. I think that there is a Puerto Rican right now, most likely in the Bronx, or a Dominican. Matter of fact, let's go with Dominican. And he done beat his girl down to a pulp. And I assure you, New York City has him free out on bail. And she's scared for her life. And she has to do everything on her own. She has to file the restraining order. She has to do all of that. And this Dominican is still able to go to the poppy store and go get some plantains. He's still able to get up every morning and breathe in some fresh air, right? But the billionaire who actually did things in life and people know him, his curse is actually being a celebrity. Because that Dominican that beat his girl down is free. No, nobody's giving him 4 or 5 years and nobody's denying his bail. But in a domestic violence case, when you're a celebrity, it turns into sex trafficking.
And so he sentenced Sean Combs to 4 years in prison. That's not as much as federal prosecutors here wanted. They wanted 11 years in prison, reminding the judge that Sean Combs has a penchant for violence and abuse, pointing to 2016 hotel security video showing Combs attacking Cassie.
Was this a RICO case or a domestic violence case? Was this a RICO case or a domestic violence case? Listen to this case. I'm not going to lie. At first, I started to get brainwashed by the media, and I was like, nah, P. Diddy. But after a while, I was like, yo, they trying to sacrifice this dude. They trying to let this dude live in prison for the rest of his life. Somebody who I grew up on, somebody who's my idol. And don't get it wrong, I don't really care about that. If he did wrong, he did wrong. But it comes to a point where it's like, bro, okay, you and your girl got in a situation in a hotel. Y'all ripped some stuff up. Y'all tore some stuff up. And then y'all literally had sex next week. She was still with him? She went shopping and got a whole bunch of Versace purses? He gave her the keys to the yacht? And 2 years later, now he's the worst man on the planet? I just don't subscribe to that.
Ventura. Combs says he knows that video intimately. He apologized to Cassie Ventura. The judge said 11 years was unreasonable, but 4 years is just the right amount, the judge said, to send a message to Sean Combs, to victims of domestic violence, that their accounts will be taken seriously. Whit?
Aaron, thanks. Let's go ahead and bring in a trial attorney and ABC News.
I think the judge is a complete asshole. I think the judge in the P. Diddy case is a complete asshole with hair all over it with doodle flakes on it. Because I do not believe that. He's doing this for the justice of all women. He's doing this because they spend so much money and it's all political.
News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer. Brian, we just heard Aaron lay out right there that the defense was hoping for 14 months in credit for time served. The prosecution wanted 11 years. So this is somewhere in the middle. Is this verdict what you expected?
It actually was not what I expected. And this is why I say that. The probation report said anywhere from 70.
Yo, I like black dudes that keep their hair how they want it and still look professional. Like I like black dudes that just like even when I you know when you go to court and you see a lawyer with locks and he's talking to the judge and the judge is like okay it blows my mind because I'm like wow I'm so proud of people who could genuinely just be themselves. Not saying that you having a low haircut with a shape up is not yourself. All I'm saying is that things that's out of the range of normal in the corporate world and still could pull it off and still can have white people sit down and look at you like this, like
to 87 months, much higher than the 50 months that the judge gave. And understand, and I'll try to break down the math as best as I can, the judge understands the math of how this all works. With 50 months in the federal system, you only do 85% of that. So you take away about 8 months or so, that's 42 months. And don't forget that Sean Combs has already been sitting in MDC, the jail here in Brooklyn, New York.
They denied his bail for domestic violence for 2 years. And the woman is not even in the hospital. I could pull up cases right now all throughout the U.S. where there are females in the ICU and the man is out free.
For 13 months, so you subtract 13 months even from that, you're looking at something like 2 years, maybe 3 years at the end of the day. The judge knew that and still gave this sentence. I think if you're Sean Combs and his defense team.
And y'all don't forget about this. Remember, all of this that they did is illegal. I'm going to tell you why. Because the time that P. Diddy attacked or the things that he did is out. It is out of the law. Carrie Holcomb, she passed a new law. She passed a new law in order to make old things that you did back in the day that expired. You know, back when you was wearing diapers, it all expired. She brought it back. So now people could prosecute. What about the new crimes? Why go backwards?
A hard day, but overall a win for them.
Okay, Brian.
It was all planned. It was all a political plan to create a distraction. And Diddy was part of that plan. Diddy was part of that plan. This is how evil the Democrats are. This is a man who was under the Democratic puppet strings. Every year he preached, voting is power. Go vote Democrat. Don't ever press D. Don't ever press R. Don't ever press R. He preached that for years. And now he's asking Trump to let him be free. Trump, You continue fighting crime in Chicago.
Stand by for us. So let's bring in criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor and ABC News legal contributor Bernarda Villalona. And Bernarda, we've also saw today some emotional.
Ooh, she looks serious. She looked like she locked up a few brothers.
Testimony. We saw numerous children of Sean Diddy Combs speaking before the court. Combs himself saying that he's a changed man. There was this video that they put together talking about Combs being a family man, his impact on the community. How much of that do you think made a difference here in the judge's decision?
Well, today was
Sean Diddy Combs is a good guy. He's a good guy. It's just that people don't understand lions in this world. He's a good guy. He's just a lion. Trump is a good guy. He's just a lion. When you in a group, there's always a lion that just outshines all the rest of the lions because there are many weak men.
was definitely Judgment Day for Sean Diddy Combs. So what the judge told Sean Diddy Combs was like, look, in terms of your life work, of all the good you've done, in terms that you're a great father, it doesn't erase what I heard and what I saw during this 8-week trial. And what he heard and saw during this 8-week trial was one of Sean Diddy Combs taking advantage of Jane and Cassie by being violent to them, taking advantage of their emotions, having them engage.
Okay, we had enough for you. You talking about he was being violent. Yes, we know that. We seen the video, goddamn. So, with all of y'all that been living under a rock, you know that TMZ is like one of the first people that reported and exposed P. Diddy for the situation he had in a hotel when he's beating up Cassie. Remember he was running down the hallway? I just showed y'all. Y'all didn't see? Y'all not paying attention? Remember he was running down the hallway in a towel? And he grabbed her, and she looked up at him like, and then he went like this. And Cassie went like this. And he went like this. It was crazy. But that was TMZ. So let's see what TMZ got to say. Let's see what's going on with the T-Dog.
Stands by one of the hardest things I've had to handle has been having to be quiet and not express how sorry I am for my actions. I don't take that lightly. I would like to apologize to Cassie.
Yo, where is he going? Yo, he just got up and started walking. Yo, he just got up and started walking. Yo, he's getting old, too. Look how he was walking, like he all hunchback.
Cassie Ventura and her family. That's it so far.
Okay.
Okay, that's the
We
beat we
expected
knew he
that.
had to hit.
So there's the apology.
I want to personally apologize again to Cassie Ventura for any harm or hurt I've caused her emotionally or physically.
Bad. Didn't say that, right? For the
not
harm, right?
G,
Not,
G.
right, not any harm I might
I
have
apologize
caused
if
her.
I offended you.
I apologize to Jane for bringing you into my mess. I would like to apologize to all the victims of domestic violence. I know that the disgusting video triggered people. I was sick from the drugs. I needed help, but I didn't get the help.
There's the drugs.
So far, not working.
No, apology, drugs, and then
No,
you
I'm
end.
saying so far, the needle's not moved at all.
No. But he has to hit these beats.
Judge did say earlier you have not expressed remorse for the Mann Act violations.
He's now showing that remorse.
Well, he's also, no. You got to address that directly.
The transporting
You
of
got
the
to say, I should
prostitutes.
never
Yeah.
have done what I
He
did
is-
by hiring prostitutes.
Yes, yeah, I agree. I agree. When you're talking to a judge and he's about to sentence you, you have to take your ego out of your ass. You gotta admit to everything. You have to admit to everything because you know what? When they put you to prison, they want to make sure everything is signed and sealed. They want to make sure that you knew what you did. P. Diddy was supposed to stand up there and say, I trafficked them. Who cares? All over now. Just say, yes, I'm sorry for whatever, bringing them in a truck and bringing them here. And you said that I called some girls to come hang out with me in Miami by force in my $14 million mansion. But the state said it was by force. Like the girls didn't want to go and hang out. But that's basically what you have to do. when you're in front of the judge, you basically have to kiss ass.
He's not said that. Correct.
And that's what the judge is
I
asking.
should
judge said
never
it's
have
not been
transported
That's what the
prostitutes
judge
across
is
state
asking
lines.
for.
Yeah.
The judge has given him a huge signal. You haven't done this yet, sir, and I got to sentence you, and I got discretion. You read the room with the judge, and you say it.
I hate myself right now. I've been stripped down to nothing. I want to apologize to my 7 children. I'm so sorry. You deserve better. To my mother, I feel ... You taught me better.
Again, not moving the needle.
No, I got you. But again, you got to hit beats.
It's-
If you're just waiting for Trump, you're not
He's
gonna
got
hit
to deal with
Hold
the
on,
man.
but what it does, it's got to stop the needle from going higher.
Right. But speaking
Here's
of
more.
from
I
under,
let down my community. I wanted to show we could take care of our own problems. I got lost. I'm not this bad person. I'm sorry to my community. I let y'all down. People can change.
None of it is working, P. Diddy. None of it is working. That's why you got 4 years, but in my opinion, I kind of think that's a win. I mean, they was trying to give you life, brother. Those people that turned against P. Diddy, you turned against a billionaire that only got 4 years? Yo, y'all are, you know he could hire somebody just to follow you. P. Diddy don't even need to follow anybody. Like, you know when you're a broke dude and you got animosity and you get out of prison like, yo, I'm about to go after everybody. And you doing it on your own because you don't got no money. P. Diddy, when he comes out, he's going to hire 10 investigators to follow all the people that was against him. And he's going to make sure he put cases on all y'all. Pelican Bay, motherfucker.